everyone, welcome back to another hair care update. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I finally have my girls back. I don't actually have all of them. I have my whole collection back at my mum's house, but over Christmas I brought back a little selection, so I finally feel like this room is a little bit of me again. By the way, I've just started making Bratz TikToks over on my TikTok, so if you want more Bratz content, check out my TikTok. I also have a whole Bratz series where I restore my dolls and stuff on my channel. I also make a lot of hair videos, and today I'm making a hair update. So today we're going to be reviewing my hair and all the products I've been using and everything to do with my hair in the past month just gone. How much it's grown, has my hair loss issue kind of resolved itself or not? Basically just everything hair that I've learned in the past month. And I'm going to show you the measurements of how much it's grown at the end of the video. As I discussed in the last video, I have just started using the Shea Moisture Raw Shea Butter Restorative Extra Moisture Retention Shampoo and Conditioner. I really love Shea Moisture. I have spoken about them a couple of times on my channel. So far I've only tried 2 of their line, but both of them have been so moisturizing. The shampoo, it's so moisturizing that it doesn't even feel like you've shampooed your hair, which was a little bit concerning because after I'd shampooed my hair, it wouldn't feel like squeaky clean. So you definitely don't get that squeaky clean feeling from this. And I did notice throughout the month that I started to get a bit of build up. My hair kind of just started to be just kind of sticky and hard to work with. I don't know if sticky is the right word, but just kind of like, you know, when your hair's just not quite right and it just feels like stiff and frizzy and it's not like falling right and it doesn't feel like it's really clean after you've cleaned it. I was like, oh no, I had such high hopes for this. But I know throughout all my hair care extensive research that all you have to do to resolve this is just clarify your hair. And there's a few different ways to clarify your hair. You can use like special clarifying shampoos and stuff. I learnt this through the curly girl method. But my favourite way to clarify my hair is an apple cider vinegar rinse, and I have a whole video all about apple cider vinegar rinses and how to do it properly. I'm going to leave that up here. So I did an apple cider vinegar rinse, and since then I've continued to use this and I've had really great results. So sometimes it's hard to tell if a product is really good or bad because if you don't know like what your hair needs and what build up feels like and what it is, sometimes it's easy to just be like, oh, this product sucks, but actually maybe you just have build up and you need to clarify your hair and then start using the product to see its real benefit. So yes, if you're going to be using Shea Moisture, sometimes you just need like a break from the products because they are so nourishing. Use like a stronger shampoo or a clarifying shampoo or an apple cider vinegar rinse and then go back to this and you'll be good. Now, what about my hair falling out? In my last hair update, I was really concerned because I was having so much hair fall, like so much. An unusual amount was coming out in the shower and every time I brushed. When you go through with your conditioner, you know, you go through it like this and you usually have like a few hairs on your hands, and I had like not clumps but like a considerable amount was coming out, so much so that it was noticeably different from normal. This went on for about a month. Now at the time I was using the OGX apple cider vinegar shampoo and conditioner, which I didn't think was that miraculous, didn't really notice much amazing differences in my hair from it. Someone commented in that video that when they used OGX they had a lot of hair fall as well. Okay, I'm just cutting in because I went to find that comment. I searched OGX in my comments and there is not just one, there are loads of comments saying that OGX has been known for causing hair loss. Someone's even said that there was a lawsuit. Okay, I had no idea about this. This video has just taken a separate turn. Okay, so perhaps that's what it was. Girl, ditch the OGX ASAP. Those products made me experience extreme head shedding for a year that I used them. They actually have an active lawsuit against them for this very problem, so definitely would have filed. Oh my god. Not the OGX cancelled brand. Oh no. 7 comments on that video are talking about how OGX causes hair loss, so ditch the OGX. And since I've stopped using OGX, I've actually had a lot less hair fall. Like, this problem has actually kind of resolved itself. But another thing it could be was I started taking vitamins last month, and I have been on top of it every single day. There's only probably been like 1 or 2 days that I've missed, but I've been taking cod liver oil, which is really good for skin, hair and nails, and a multivitamin with iron. I've also been taking a live friendly bacteria. I don't know if this would have much to do with my hair or skin. It's more for just general health. So yeah, it could even be the cod liver oil and the vitamins that are helping my hair not shed as much as it was. Either way, I'm just happy my hair's not falling out like crazy. Here's like a quick look at my hair. It's been looking really nice lately, and I did do robe curls last night and they've come out so pretty. This is actually the best my hair has looked in quite a while. A YouTube channel that I have recently discovered is a channel called The Blowout Professor, and he is a hairstylist and he does actually a lot of really helpful hair videos. I do take some of his advice with a pinch of salt, because every time a hairstylist gives advice, especially if they don't, how can I say this without sounding, male hairstylists whose hair is a lot different from female hair, and usually a lot different length and texture and style. If you don't have personal experience with your own hair. Also, hairstylists in the past have just tended to give me really freaking generic advice, which is just really unhelpful, which has caused me obviously to make all these videos in the past few years about like investigating hair science myself, because I could not find this information anywhere else. So yeah, I don't really trust hairstylists when it comes to hair advice, but there were a few things that he has mentioned that did make sense, and I have tried to implement into my hair care routine. Basically, in a nutshell, he says that the main things you should be doing in your routine is, after you've washed your hair, is you should be using a leave-in conditioner and then a hair oil, and you should be doing that every time without fail in order to keep your hair healthy, and this will basically stop your hair from losing moisture. So when you like shampoo and condition, you're like moisturizing and nourishing your hair, but when it dries, it loses a lot of that moisture, right? He swears by using a leave-in conditioner. I haven't been using one because, again, I feel like a lot of my conceptions about hair care have been skewed by different places that I've been getting advice. Specifically, the Curly Girl method talks a lot about how silicones are really bad for your hair, and leave-in conditioners typically have a lot of silicones in them, so I kind of like veered away from those kind of products for quite a few years because I felt like they were causing buildup on my hair, and I just had like a lot of conflicting advice. However, you know, I'm experimenting again more now, and I'm not really wearing my hair naturally curly anymore either, or wavy, whatever you want to call it. So I have started using a leave-in conditioner. I happen to already have this one. This is the OE all-in-one milk, and I think it's actually kind of pricey. The hairdresser in Bournemouth at Kane Hairdressing actually gifted this to me, and he was the guy that cut my hair for that video that went viral. He cut my hair straight across. It was the best blunt cut I ever got. If you're in Bournemouth, you want a really good hair. I don't know if he's still there. Hopefully he is, but he was a really nice guy. Go to Kane Hairdressers in Bournemouth. It seems to be doing the job. I don't think it's been long enough to know yet, but I've been happy with my hair lately. So the next tip was to wear a hair oil. I haven't been using hair oils either, because when I go into a shop and I look at all the ingredients on the back of hair oils, there's usually like a ton of other ingredients and also silicones and stuff that they add in them, and I don't always trust everything that's going into a hair oil, and sometimes they have like perfumes and stuff in them, or parfums. And again, through going through the Curly Girl method, I feel like we're kind of taught that like more ingredients is like the enemy. In some ways I do think that's true, but I think as long as you're able to properly clarify your hair, and if your hair is happy and it's not like reacting badly to them, like there's probably no harm in using them. So anyway, I looked through all the hair oils and they all kind of had the same kind of ingredients in them. Anyway, I picked up this one because I'm on a budget. It was $4.99, and this is the Hask Argan Oil from Morocco. You might recognize it. They always sell those little like tester ones at the Primark checkout tills, I feel like. So yeah, I let the leave-in conditioner sink into my hair for like 10 minutes whilst it's wet, and then I put this on whilst it's still like damp. I do like 2 pumps stumps usually, and I focus it on the ends, you know, the drill, and just all through my hair. And then I let it dry, and I've been letting it air dry a lot this month. So those were the kind of two main things that he says to do. And then obviously to like use a hair mask and all that stuff, which I'm really bad at doing. He also made a video, I can't remember what it was called. It was heat tools can be good for your hair or something. And I was like, what? And he basically said in that video that you can use heat regularly and not have like a tremendous amount of damage as long as you are following a really healthy hair routine. And basically that hair routine encompassed using a leave-in and hair oil after every single wash, and also after cutting your hair. I never thought about the fact that after you cut your hair it actually loses a lot of moisture. I always think that, oh, when I've cut my hair that's when it's going to be like its most healthy and it's like all fresh at the ends. But also if you think about like when you cut a branch off a tree and you've got all that moisture and like tree sap, it's moist on the inside, but once you leave that for like a few days it's going to dry out, and then eventually that whole like branch will like start to dry out. The same thing happens to your hair, and I never thought about that. But yeah, when you cut off your hair you've like left like an open wound in the hair where the moisture is, and then the elements and the air around it is just going to draw all that moisture out even faster because it's like a fresh cut. So he also reinforces the fact that after you've trimmed or cut your hair that you need to use a leave-in conditioner and like a hair oil straight away to like seal it all in, which does make sense. I've only been using them for the past 2 weeks, but I have been enjoying how my hair is, and that's probably also thanks to the ACV rinse and the really nourishing shampoo and conditioner. Hair styling. So today I have done robe curls last night. I let my hair air dry, and then I actually don't have like a proper robe curl kit, you know, those kits. I'm going to leave some in the description along with all the products that I mention. They'll be either in my Amazon storefront or my Shop My links. I've been meaning to buy one, but basically I just literally used a robe and I double it up with like a hair scarf as well. So I like roll it all around so it's thicker, and that's what I used on my hair last night. I did like the only one direction curls. I made another video about robe curls where you go in 2 separate directions. That creates really nice curls as well if you want like a more natural look, but this definitely looks like a more styled look. Like it looks like I've styled it with heat tongs. Speaking about heat tongs, this is the last thing I wanted to talk about. Oh my god, I don't know if I trust heat tongs anymore. I got this Mark Hill pick and mix like handle because I thought, oh great, like I can use one handle and I can buy all the separate like heads and I can just save space. And I was using this for a little while, but I've recently become really scared to use it because there's no temperature control. I don't actually know how hot this gets, and I hate the fact that when you curl your hair you have to leave it, like you leave it there for a good like 5, sometimes 10 seconds depending on the person. When you straighten your hair, you would never ever like just hold the straightener on your hair, would you? Like it's meant to be a fairly quick contact with your hair. But with curling tongs, I hate the fact that you have to like leave your hair like sizzling and frying on this freaking, sorry, I shouldn't use those words because it scares people from using them, but it just feels like I don't really know how long you're meant to use it for. Like how long are you meant to hold your hair on? How do I know if it's burning or not? How do I know that it's not way too long or that I'm not doing it long enough?
Okay, who remembers this video of this girl who burns her hair off? Let's count how long her hair is on the tongs for. Guys, she held her hair there for 20 seconds, only 20 seconds. And I will admit that she's using a very like small, fine piece of hair, which will like burn easier. But this just scares me. Ever since I've seen this video, I just can't use my heat tongs without feeling like it's gonna burn.
Let me know below like how you curl your hair and like how you feel about it. I kind of want to get a different set of hair tongs as well, where you have like the little graspy thing that goes like that, so you can like curl it around and move it. I just hate it. Let me know if there's any you would recommend, but so far, you know what, the robe curls are still working for me. So okay, so lastly, how much has my hair grown this month? Well, I measured my hair and I was kind of upset because it had still only grown 1 centimeter, which was basically the same as it grew the month before. The vitamins and the cod liver oil did not affect the hair growth rate of my hair, but it potentially did affect the rate of my hair staying on my head. So this month I'm going to be trying something different. I kind of want to get back into the inversion method again, but a slightly more simple version. So I want to just kind of incorporate like upside down head massages into my routine a bit more this month. Probably not every day, because getting my fingers up in my hair and massaging is probably going to make my hair a bit dirtier, a bit quicker and a bit oily and greasy. I don't want to be washing my hair more than I have to. So I will be doing like the upside down hair massaging every couple of days, just to see if incorporating it will encourage any hair growth. And I won't be using hair oils to do this like you do in the inversion method, just because it's so messy and it's a pain in the arse. And I will be back next month to evaluate what happens with my hair. So I've tried my best to link all the products that I talk about in my videos in my Shop My profile and on my Amazon storefront. They are both in the description. Go have a click, go have a look. Some products will be worldwide shipping, some are US only, but you kind of just have to have a look. All my socials are below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye! Mwah.